All right, so welcome again as we move forward to knowing what should my child know before age 5. My name is Temitayo Takbowenyi, your most reliable educational consultant and director Green Zone Academy. You can check us up on www.greenzoneacademy.com.ng or visit us on Instagram and follow us at green_tutors ng. So we're talking about the early years. Okay, we mentioned that the early years refers to the first 8 years of life, and children's brain actually grow faster between 0 to 3 years. Okay, so the why we need to really focus our attention on the early years is because it provides the base for the brain's development and functioning throughout life. That means how your child's brain will function throughout life is determined by what happens between 0 and 3 years. Yes. So don't say somebody is there's one witch somewhere. Do your child. No. You need to do the right thing with that child first. And it comes very easy. Working with a child is very easy. Most adults are not patient enough to allow the child be a child. We want the environment to be always tidy. Forget it. If you have a child that you want the child to really improve and the want child to really harness into our creativity, the child must make a lot of mess. Yes, they'll mess up your house, but when they mess it up, they also clean up the house. So it helps them to understand law of responsibility. So allow them make a mess. Okay, don't cage them and say, go and sleep. Go and take your book and read. Go and write. Everything is all right. Please, if you have a child in preschool years, after school still come back and do lesson, do assignments because the school has given plenty of assignments. You're not helping that child. The child needs to play, needs to explore, needs to do a lot of things in those early years. Or also the first few years of the child's life, that's the early years, have direct impact on how children develop learning skills. Yes. So you see, as an educator, I've seen children who are struggling with reading. I've seen children struggling with math at the later years because they have a poor foundation. You see that some schools just teach math abstractly. A child should be able to relate with objects. A child should be able to see what he or she is doing. Don't just teach a concept abstractly. And because exam is coming, you give them exam, the children just cram, they memorize the work. There's no understanding, there's no assimilation. And this is one of the problems we are having in our society. And that's the foundation stage. So what happens between the first few years of life, the first 5 years of life, has direct impact on how children develop learning skills as well as social and emotional abilities. So they learn more quickly during the early years. In fact, the early years, children learn more quickly. That is why at this stage, a child can be introduced to different languages. If you want your child to be multilingual, it's at this stage you introduce the child to it. You don't wait until the child is 5, 6, 7. A child can understand English language. If the mother tongue is not being spoken in the house, the child will not understand. So you need to expose your child to different languages at that stage. Don't be afraid. They won't be confused. It's just a matter of time. I will show you the mind of a child. It grabs information. It's soaking it. Today I can speak a little bit of French because for my early years, my mom spoke French to me. The little she understood, or this she understands, she spoke French to me. She when she was in secondary school, they went to French community. So, that has also helped me personally in life. So, even as an educator, as head teacher, any French teacher I employ, I'm able to also ascertain their level of proficiency because I understand French the basic way. Okay. So, if you want a child to be multilingual, to have to speak different languages, please, it's at this early stage. Don't say, I want my child to speak only English. It's English. No, let them understand your mother tongue. Let them understand English language, even if it's a foreign language. Like my children are exposed already to French. I love French personally anyway. So I give them videos, they watch videos, and because I also understand French, we're able to practice what they have learned and we sing along, we play. So this early years is not something you want to joke with. If you want to raise an intelligent child, please don't wait until it is too late. By age 5, it's too late. Let me say it's too late. By age 5, the child will need intervention to catch up. The child will need extra intervention to catch up. But please, you need to allow your children enjoy their childhood and expose them to materials that would help them, maintain the level of geniusity. I want them to maintain their genius ability. Forgive me for that, okay? All right. So let's move on. Now let's understand how the mind of a child works. And most time people just think, oh, a child's mind is the one that a child will come to school, you open the child's mind and you pour into that child. The child's mind is not a container to be filled. No. Children are, like I said, they are born genius already. They are born genius. A child's mind is not a container to be filled. It's not going to say, yeah, everybody say after me, 1 + 1 = 2. Or you say, no, the child rather needs a fire to be kindled. It needs to kindle the mind of a child. Okay, so that comes from the child relating with materials around. I always buy educational materials for my children. In fact, what made me start selling educational material is because I buy for my children. I feel, oh, this is actually affordable, and I think some parents will actually need them. So you need to see my house. We have materials we work with. So even if I stay in with my children in the house, we can get engaged all through the day without them being bored or watching TV because they have enough materials to work with. They have the Play-Doh. Like I recently bought a new Play-Doh yesterday. My daughter for like 2 hours she was on it. Today again she has taken it, making different things with it. Now what she doing? I'm giving her the material. She's the one creating what she wants to create. I'm not saying, oh, create a cup, create a dog. No, okay, they just say I just was just making what she just made me look at. Okay, so on her own she's creating, so she's igniting the fire in her. There's a time I shared a video. I also forwarded to you, okay, where she had these four princesses, and I asked her, okay, can you tell me what's going on between these four people? And she was saying she gave them the names. She named the princesses Grina, Lily, and what the children's name? What are you doing? Greener, Sissy. She gave them the names on her own. What have I done? I've allowed her to use her thinking initiative. I allowed her to think. I didn't give the names to the dolls. They have another doll in the house. They call that one. What's that your doll's name? Or this one? Cuddly. Okay, Cuddly. Okay, I don't know where they got that name from, but she named the doll Cuddly. And so if we are asking them to say their names at home. If I say, what's your own name? She said, her name's Adesuwa Otapowenyi. The younger sister will say, my name is Ivy Otapowenyi. If I now ask the younger sister, what's the doll's name? She says, it's Cuddly Otapowenyi. It's quite funny. But really, a child's mind is not a container to be filled. It's not like the way that we think a child, oh yeah, bring your mind. I want to teach you, you must understand. No, a child just needs to have that platform to express creativity with materials. Please, you need to invest in educational materials. It's not a waste. You need to have the right materials in your home, safe materials, building blocks, the things that will encourage them to create pretend play activities, Play-Doh, papers, art and crafts. These are things you should have in your home. A child should not just do schoolwork and write all day. Please, a child's mind is not a container. In fact, the real magic wand is the child's own mind. We have to, at this stage, allow the child to choose what he or she wants to learn. What I do with my children, like I said, homeschooling is really fun. I don't get to say, sit down. Sometimes we sit down, we do the normal math, we do the literacy where she has to write, but most of the time we do activities. That's the truth. We don't learn thoroughly every day. We don't sit down to learn, say, math and English every day. No, we have activities. Recently, we planted. She said, "Oh, mommy, I want to plant. I want to plant beans. I want to plant." Okay, I said, "Okay, let me give you beans. Let's go to the kitchen. Let's pick grains of beans." So I showed them to pack the sand in the cup, and we are planting. She told me what she want to learn because she has seen a book of plants. Okay, so the real magic one is not is a child's own mind. It's not a time to say a child must learn this. Yeah, we have curriculum. It's just to guide the children. But please, for real schools that do Montessori, they really allow them play. But most parents will say, my child is not writing, my friend is writing 1 to 100. So schools are under pressure not to lose you. So parents, please allow the schools to do the right thing. If you see a school where they are not really loading the children with work, that's a good school for particularly for the early years. However, they must have materials they are working with. Okay, they must have materials they are really working with. That's why the real good schools, real Montessori schools are really expensive, the real one, because they invest in materials, and those materials are worthwhile. So don't just put my child in any school. If you cannot afford a good school and you are available to be at home, it's better you homeschool that child. There's no law that says a child must go to school before age until age 6. Okay, so if a child is at home with you, there's no crime as long as that child is learning the basic things that is needed at home. Okay, so a child can have enough time to explore the environment. They have time to do water play. They have time to, to awaken their own curiosity. Take them out to the park to play. Let them play. Okay? All right, so let's quickly move on to this. That's the mind of a child. All right, so the importance of play for children cannot be overemphasized. Now, children learn as they play. If you want a child to learn, introduce the playway method. You cannot put a child to sit down for 1 hour straight. It's wrong. You are limiting that child. At this age, a child needs to run around, they need to explore, they need to move around, help in the kitchen. My daughter's help at home, in fact, the 2-year-old daughter, my own 2-year-old daughter, on her own from before, for a long time. Once she spills water, she goes to take the mop stick, and she mops it. She said, "Mommy, myself, I will allow her." Yeah, initially when they see me do it, then no, they make a mess. But I allow them make a mess. When I'm cleaning the house, they actually have two mop sticks, so they will fight for one. So I will allow them. They will pour water to splash it. After doing, I will allow them. You have to see. You can't be too careful when it comes to children. Allow them play. Some of you, your children will tell you, "Mommy, I want to help you." You say, "Go and sit down there." Because when they help you, they will create more mess. It's like that. But do you know that as you are doing that, you are helping them to grow to be responsible? Yeah. Let them help you. If you are doing the laundry and they offer to help, give them a task to do. Don't say go and watch TV. Don't say go and sit there. No. When you are sweeping, let them see you sweep. Let them help you. Naturally, they will join. Naturally, children want to work. Children are not, no child is born lazy. That's the truth. So children learn as they play. More importantly, in play, children learn how to learn. So you need to really incorporate play in what your child is doing. If you check my Instagram handle, I've posted something about play there. Okay, so you just catch up and see the importance of play. I think that's on Green Zone underscore edutainment. Yes, on Instagram. I put up something about importance of play. I listed out things they can play with balls, a lot of things they can do, water play, playing outside, running around. These are things they can do. A child's language is play. So if you tell your child to go and sleep, or you say go and write 1 to 100, you are not helping that child. No. The child writing 1 to 100 right now at age 3 or age 4, when that child gets to primary 1, by curriculum, the child will still write 1 to 100. So why are you rushing the child? Why not focus on more important things? The child will catch up. That's the truth. When maturity sets in, that's why a child has to be in the right class. Don't put a 4-year-old child in primary 1. You're not helping that child also. If a child is right, matured for a class, okay, the child will do what he or she is expected to do with little push. So you need to allow the children play and explore. There are strategic things they can do with play, can improvise. Okay, I can't overemphasize on the importance of play for children. In fact, children should have minimal screen time. Please don't expose your children to watching TV all day. Ideally, children below ages 2 should not even watch TV. But I will tell you an exception to that. They can be exposed to TV or smartphone maybe not more than 2 hours max a day, because for this part of our world here, it helps their diction, it helps them communicate, it helps them to improve their vocabulary, and also all these learn educational videos, okay, it really sticks in faster. So instead of just allowing them watch or play games, let them watch educational videos, and it should be controlled. It should not exceed 2 hours a day. Please let them be engaged. Children actually want to play. Let them play. When they are done playing, they will clean up the house. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the 5 areas of learning, and they will now break it into what each child should be able to do. Like I said, there's no need for a child to write 1 to 100 at age 3. Let's go.